Was the original person that was from Argentina that they chose to be Pope a good person on the side of humanity? Yes.
Okay.
Was he asked to play this role by the Alliance and the White Hats? Yes. It's interesting. I'm getting chills. Is that why he chose not to wear the red shoes? There was a to that. Then I'm getting more chills.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our channel, The Three of Pentacles.
Hi,
We are
everyone.
the Three of Pentacles. We are 3 tarot card readers, and we like to read on world news and current events. We also do personal readings as well. Our contact information is down below in the description. And before we get started, I would like to introduce my 2 lovely Woo sisters, Sisters of the Woo, which is Miss Kaila and Miss Lynn.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, and my name is Barbara. And don't mind the light, we're just still making adjustments, and we have our icons back behind here. And anything that's white, that's where it comes through. So don't think I have crazy teeth. It's just that you can see the icon right here, you see? So, I look like a rapper.
Barbara's got her lipstick all over her teeth. She doesn't know how to fly.
She's got a lot of energy going on there, yeah.
I sure do. So, so we like to read on current events, and we do a lot of readings for entertainment, but not just for entertainment. We also do serious subjects and subjects that are close and dear to our heart. All right, and in this video, since, in light of the Pope passing away, they made the announcement that the Pope passed away, and they made it on Monday, I believe. Monday.
Yes, yeah.
April 21st, 2025.
Easter Monday. And we're going to, since we already did a video here on 3 of Pentacles about a month and a half or so ago, and they had already made a previous announcement saying that the Pope had already passed away, and then they redacted it. Did a video on it. We'll feature the video here too, and you can see what we came out with if you just click on the link and see what we did. But we're going to figure out, so what are we going to pull on this Pope, the announcement of the Pope? What would you all like to start with?
This was the second time we've heard this year that he's passed away.
Right.
Let's find out, did he actually cross over, as they're saying, on Easter Monday of 2025? Let's find out that. Red Pill Rooster has it here. We have it in our other video that this was the second time. I think it was one of the Jesuit groups that said that he had passed away. What was it? Was it in February, maybe? I think it might have been in February, right?
I believe so.
We featured that post in our video.
And now I'm trying to look and see when we did that video. A month ago. Oh, it was just last month. It was just in March.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you labeled that "Why the Premature Death Announcement." So we'll have more of that information in that video too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird to see it publicized, but then to redact it and take it back and say no, that wasn't it. That wasn't true. So it just seemed really weird that they did that, and then it just got quiet. Nobody even said anything else about it. We made a mistake or anything like that. Just crickets. Until a month later, which is now. Oh yeah, there's all types of joke. Look at that.
Look at that.
And you should see.
Right.
Wow. And you should see the ones coming directly out of Italy. The ones coming directly out of Italy. The truthers in Italy. I mean, they are hammering it. They are hammering it. Yeah, like crazy.
Because even Archbishop Vigano, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, he even said, he was questioning why are there so many contradictory updates about the Pope's health, and that many people already think that he has passed. And
there was, he's in critical condition. No, he's back at the Vatican and everything's fine. Yeah, I know.
As Barbara said already, when we did that video, we had seen the announcement come across and then it was just removed. Oh no, sorry, false alarm.
Oops, my
It was so
bad.
strange.
Wow. Look at the Pope card at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Interesting that we
So
have the Ace
what
of
do you,
Wands in the past. Now the Ace of Wands is like a yes card as well. It can be a yes card. It can be a call to action. It's sort of like a lot of it's kind of like a creative, inspirational, fiery type of energy happening there. And we have him coming across as the Judgment card, which is like a wake up call. It's like if they've sowed these seeds with the Seven of Pentacles, they've planted seeds all along about this Pope. We've been hearing a lot going on. And now he's coming up as a wake-up call. It is a calm to me. It's some
Yeah.
sort of messaging happening here. And according to the question we asked, is there truth and integrity to them announcing that he died yesterday? And we have a card of the Five of Swords, which is a card that's about untruth. It's about cheating, lying. It's about information, that's not forthright. Something is strange. Something is wrong there. But we do have the Three of Pentacles in the middle here, and the environment. There's a sound foundation. There's a sound reason why they are doing this and putting out this information at this point in time. We have the Ace of Cups in the clarifiers and the Seven of Wands. There's some sort of creative show happening here, some sort of creative energy being put on display. And with the Seven of Wands, it's something way more unique happening. But it is shining a light on something here for sure. So it is a calm with the Sun card at the bottom of the deck.
Yeah. And look, there we are again, right in the middle of the spread.
but isn't it something
Yeah.
how you get the Church card and you get the Hierophant, the Pope card?
Yeah.
So definitely I feel something has actually happened with him, the person that we think we know as the Pope. Something actually happened to him because as we got a yes in the past. You get the Judgment as a major arcana. It's the first card that she laid down. So whenever there's a major arcana in the Kashina knife spread, it's major arcana in the first three cards. That's usually a yes. So
I'm wondering, I guess maybe there is a possibility, but I don't think we've been seeing the real Pope over the last how many years. I mean, we've seen CGI glitches of him, speaking outside of the Vatican and then turning around and then glitching and disappearing rather than walking through and stuff like that. I don't know if it's the Five of Swords saying maybe even 5 years ago. I mean, I don't know.
that could be. That could very well be. That could very
Whatever
well.
it is you're picking up on, there could be an ending, some sort of ending you're picking up on. So that could be you reading into the calm as well, because there's a Three of Cups here. So
Yeah.
they planted seeds, and then there's sort of some celebratory action there with that Three of Cups, or an ending coming across. This could even be the party substance with the Three
I
of
know with that and the
Swords.
Sun card, I'm
I'm
like,
sorry, Three of Cups, yeah.
yeah, the littles.
I think you got a point there, Lynn, because what you said is that Five of Swords, it could have been even 5 years ago. And what makes me think that could be more correct is because the Ace of Wands is in the past position. So it means like he already passed, and not necessarily 2 days ago. That's like in the past position if you read it as past, present, and the future.
No.
Yeah. So it could have been like you said, 5 years ago, because you got a yes in the past, right there. So there looks like there's either some type of celebrations around his passing, or that could be the party substance around his passing.
Yeah. Do you want
The
to
Three of
poll
Cups
two
sounded like.
clarifiers, Kyla, and ask if the Pope that we've been seeing over the last 5 years, was that the original Pope Francis? Maybe?
Nine of Wands,
I know why.
Ace of Swords, and the High Priestess. I think part of the 5 years.
Part of the
That's what,
time. Yeah.
not the entire period.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the high priestess is something that's in a question like this, it could be hidden. So he could have been out sometimes and hidden at other times. Wow.
Do
So
we
pretty,
want
pretty
to
unusual.
do a quick poll and see if Jonathan Price ever played him? Or do we want to just pull to clip? Nah, that would be a whole poll, I think, right?
Yeah, whole poll? You want me to go ahead and do it?
Go
Yeah.
for it. Let's
Okay.
let's see if he ever did
This,
play the Pope that we've seen publicly lately. I mean, because we know a
okay.
lot of, as the white hats and the black hats all have doubles and, clones and everything else playing it publicly. They've said there's good trumps and bad trumps, like the black hats had control of a bad trump when, and when certain things weren't going as we would have thought he should have been saying. So, I mean, the games are played on both sides. And I think we had, who did we have? Denzel Washington playing Barack Obama at the funeral, at Jimmy Carter's funeral, wasn't it?
That's what
I
it turned
believe
out to be.
so.
Yeah.
And but what I'm getting in the cards right now is partial. It's partial that because maybe they have different people playing
I think so. I don't think
different
it's
people
always the
at
same
different
person
times.
or anything. Oh, strategy to
So
that.
so this guy here, according to the cards, he may have played him at times.
Yep. Got
Mm-hmm.
the Sun card again, the
Right.
Yeah,
King of Cups.
he may have played him at times. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they all look different, kind of like these popes. They all look. If you look at all those pictures that you pulled up this
And
afternoon,
how many
all the
people
popes look
played
different.
Biden? How many different Bidens did we
Yeah,
see? Tall Bidens
yeah,
that are like, a foot taller than, not a foot, but
yeah.
like 5 inches taller and stuff. I mean,
So this guy there's a guy called the fittest flat earther, and he did a video on this actor and the Pope, and he was like matching up their faces and with the scan and everything like that. And I think he found a mole in the same place. So I think if you look at them just those two images, you'll find a mole and you'll find stuff that looks alike. But if you look at the other popes, he probably won't look exact. That's why I was thinking, well, he kind of favors him, but
he
maybe
does.
not.
He absolutely does. Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
that's
yeah,
facially
but not
wise.
all of the popes.
Yeah, I don't know about the height or anything. Yeah. No, just
Yeah,
random.
not
Yeah.
yeah. He favors him here, but
Yep.
not those other popes that came out that they were saying that was the pope. I mean, I don't know if you, if you
Right.
get what I'm saying, because there's different people playing him. So he
Yeah.
did play one of the popes. Yeah, according to these cards, that's what it looks like. What do you think, Kyla?
Yeah, I agree with you. There's a strategy card here. He comes across as a Seven of Swords. And then the King of Cups, which is like a hidden thing. It's like somebody in a suit, right? Playing a part. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So a lot of,
And
we even have that Seven of Cups, which is a lot of confusion. And as you said, it could have been more than one people.
Yeah.
and the King of Cups with the Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. He probably played the Pope when the Pope did some kind of like crazy stuff in front of the people. Like at the January 1st of 5 years ago, the Pope kind of slapped a lady. He slapped the lady's hand. There was a lady that was trying to hug him,
Oh,
and he slapped her hand. So maybe that was him playing that part, because it makes me feel like he's playing the half the time when he was doing that, not the nice cool stuff. Yeah.
and it may just be that he was
All right.
the one playing him half the time, and maybe there was someone else even playing him half the time, the other half or
Yeah.
something.
But yeah, but they all look so different. All of them. All this. All right. Got that.
Interesting that when the death announcement was made, Fox News drew attention to these red shoes. Would you like to play a little bit of it?
Benedict, who was Joseph Ratzinger from Germany at the time, and he chose to wear regular shoes. And a lot of people outside the church may think, well, that's no big deal. But the symbolism that so many of these decisions carry for 1 billion Catholics around the world is really significant. I'll just leave you with this one thought. Once we get past the funeral for Francis and we get into the conclave that was shown in Hollywood over the past year and a half, there's going to be there'll be a lot of wagers as to who should succeed. Yeah.
So our question was, what is the true intention and the symbolism behind those red shoes? Why was it so important? A lot of people have their own theories on this, but this was clearly something that has been brought up many times over in the alternative news. So we're just asking today, what is the true symbolism behind these red shoes? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it just a style? What is it?
So Shadow Ezra's thing says here, Fox News brought up the infamous red shoes worn by former Pope Benedict during the segment on the death of Pope Francis. In a comparison between the two popes, the network noted that Francis chose to wear plain shoes instead, breaking the long-standing Vatican tradition. They said the symbolism behind such choices carries deep meaning. So, but he just got done, that guy that we just listened to said that Benedict was from Germany, right? So.
You mean the
Pope John
Pope
Paul
that just passed
II
away?
wear red shoes? I'd be curious. I forgot that Pope Benedict had resigned. I'd forgot about that. Okie dokie. So this is the meaning behind the red shoes, Kaila?
Yeah. So I think what came across in these cards is actually telling us a little bit more, and it's giving us the reason why it's being brought up. And so we have, it's sort of like the information in the past. So we've come to an ending. It's like asking you to surrender to a process that's happening. And what we have is a sort of kindness being done. And we have two cards that signify the little ones. Here we have the Page of Cups, we have the Page of Swords. And we have an enlightenment card in the environment. So it's like the intention of this is to enlighten people as to some sort of ending happening. We have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Now with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups, now we don't have the Three of Cups, which usually signifies the party substance, but for some reason looking at these cards, that's what I got from these. The Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups, the party substance that we often hear about. It's like, it's a calm saying that there's an ending to something. That's what I got from these cards. So it's sort of giving more information than I thought would have come across. And we have the Hierophant and the Page of Swords. So it's like, again, the Hierophant and the Vatican coming across with the Hierophant, the Pope and the Page of Swords is like the littles, and also giving some sort of information here. An ending coming across with the littles, what has been happening is what I'm getting.
It's almost like it doesn't want to give us a direct answer, because with the Wheel of Fortune, it's gonna, turn everything upside down. And right now people are having to go through their mourning of the Pope too, maybe.
Yeah.
It's kind of what
Six of Swords is, and we have two sixes. Sixes are things numbers that make things work out. Like I say, a lot of people think that sixes are bad demonic numbers, but unfortunately the bad people have gotten to these things and flipped them so you won't use them and understand how they work. Sixes, you can see that in the card. There's Six of Pentacles there, and he's actually helping the poor. And the Six of Swords down at the bottom, he's helping move people out of troubled waters. So sixes are in tarot cards are really nice. So, and that could also mean information that's going to be coming out about the little ones at the bottom. So those red shoes could have something to do with information coming out about the little ones. And by the way, the Ten of Swords looks at the top, it doesn't look really positive, let's say. And there's a little Page of Swords that's right next to the Hierophant. That could mean small talk or gossip in the window about the Hierophant. Maybe a lot of people was talking about his shoes, but that could also signify a small person next to him. And like
notice
Kaila
the
says,
Page of Swords kind of has red boots.
Yeah, little red socks on. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Got little red socks on. Yeah. So it looks like they're the meaning behind it's symbolic of what. And we're not here to accuse anybody, but we're just reading the cards. It's symbolic that, and anybody that reads tarot cards out there, if you want to do your interpretation, come on in and comment under the in the comments too. So yeah, we're just giving a description. Yep.
I'd be curious. Do you ladies want to do a whole new poll since we're not getting anything, you know, we never know what to expect, but in a way we were expecting the devil and the party substance cards and everything to come out. Do we want to ask if Pope Francis was actually placed there by the white hats to bring about all this?
Okay.
I'm just kind of curious. By the white hats, the alliance, did they actually make sure that Pope, maybe he was chosen to play this role? Maybe that's why he didn't wear the
Well,
red.
Actually, he
probably a
did.
better question would be,
He didn't. You mean he didn't
did, didn't he?
recently? They said in the news footage he chose to not wear
the red shoe. I'm just a little bit curious. Was he placed there to play
Yeah,
this
no,
role
that's a great
to
question.
bring this all up? Yeah.
Like which side was he?
either that, or we can either that, or we just cut to the chase and ask, is he a good guy or a bad guy? I mean, is he,
Yeah.
who was he really, and what did he really stand for?
Yeah, that should bring up.
Or is he a white hatter? Is he a white hatter or a black hatter? The person that we know as the Pope that just passed away.
He might have been specifically chosen to play this role to bring all this out. Make sure you're asking is the original, yeah. Or, I mean, who knows? Maybe when he got brought in, that might not have even been the original.
Yeah, I asked as a guy that they showed us that passed away, that person, because I know there's different versions of him. Or maybe I should be asking a different.
Should ask if it's the original. Yeah.
This is what I got.
Yep.
Yeah,
The Pentacles keep coming back, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the person that the Pope that we know that they say that passed away this weekend, the one that they're specifically saying that is him, let's just say, not the ones that look like him. I asked, who is he and what is he about?
Whoever it was, I think he was switched out in the past, and this one made agreements, and he was working with the white hats.
White hats, yeah.
I agree.
I agree too.
And I don't think he wanted to. I don't think he wanted to with that 9. It was a lot of, worry about maybe even playing this role and doing that too.
Yeah. Yeah, they had different versions of him. I guess the real question would be the original one that was known, the original one that was presented to the public.
Yeah.
But we know that by these cards that he's been switched out, because when you have certain positions like that, you have to do certain things to keep that position. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay. All right.
So since it's kind of hard to get straight answers or something better out of the cards, we're going to ask Lynn to use a pendulum to see if the original person that they got as this Pope from Argentina that was saying, well, the original Pope, was he a good guy?
Was the original person that was from Argentina that they chose to be Pope a good person on the side of humanity? Yes.
Okay.
Was he asked to play this role by the Alliance and the White Hats? Yes. It's interesting. I'm getting chills. Is that why he chose not to wear the red shoes? There was a com to that. Then I'm getting more chills.
I got
You
two
got page,
self-yeses
and strength.
major arcana.
Did the original Pope Francis ever do anything with littles? No. Is the original Pope Francis still with us on this realm? Was the original Pope Francis ever really in the Vatican? No. So we always saw clones and actors? Says yes.
Three of Pentacles keep coming
Yeah.
up. Yeah. That church.
Do you want to ask the pendulum anything else?
The Pope that I saw on the 1st of January 2019 on Italian television when he slapped the lady on the hand, was that the original good Pope? Okay, no.
It was an
'Cause
actor.
that wasn't cool.
Yeah, it was an actor.
Okay.
Was that Jonathan
All right.
Price? No, that wasn't Jonathan Price either. So somebody else
Okay.
playing him, which we were saying earlier, we were getting multiples playing him.
Yeah. The story of the Pope that didn't want to bless the woman's dog because she was like a she lived on the street, she had a dog. Was that the original good Pope?
No, because Pope Francis,
No.
the Saint Francis was Saint Francis of Assisi, who loved the animal. Did they keep the original Pope from actually entering the Vatican to keep him safe? That's what I was going to ask. Yep, that's a yes. That's why.
So the Pope, let me ask this one. The Pope that had the black eye, was that the original good guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was
So,
that
no,
Pope with the black
that's-
eye actually an actor? No. Was that one? Did the Black Hats have their version of Pope Francis? Yes. Was that
Okay.
the Black Hat version of Pope Francis with the black eye? Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because he came up with his
Yeah.
big old black
I remember seeing him
eye.
with black eyes. Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes in my background. But so basically, just to conclude, they did have different popes. They looked different if you had an eye to kind of catch that.
Yep.
And they were doing different things.
Yep.
That's basically what it was.
I mean,
The
it's
original guy,
difficult
it
for
wasn't the guy though.
yeah, it's difficult for people to see because you see a clip of them here and a clip of them there, and unless you're
You
comparing the
never know
two
which one
clips,
you're gonna.
how are you going to know?
Yeah, like Forrest Gump says, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So the one that I'm more familiar with, that was the bad guy. In fact, he always had the black eye. He always slapped the people. He didn't want to pray for the dog. So, but they had different ones. And there was one of those guys that were really the really good guy. Or maybe they switched him out early, like Kaila said. So
Yeah, it seems like they switched him out really early.
anyway, the good one is still with us.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
yeah, it's just interesting that, the white hats and the black hats each had their own version, but yet, yeah,
Wow. Well, the good one, they supposedly still with us. That's what your pendulum said. He's still with us.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he don't want to go. Oh my goodness. All right, we may have to do a second video on this. Anyway, we hope you all enjoy this video as much as we did, and you learned some things. Or if you want to comment down below about what you saw in the cards, or if you just have another idea. If you do live in Italy, and like I used to live in Italy, if you do live there, whatever you hear, just come by our video and write down below and see if we got anything right. If you just want to add to it. We'd like to thank you all for watching our video on Three of Pentacles, and Kaila's going to tell you where we can be found.
Right, so we just joined Instagram, so please join us on there. We are on Rumble, YouTube, and also we have a Facebook community page, so we'd love to see you there. Remember, we will never contact you first, so beware of scammers. And thank you all so much for watching.
thank you.
Thank you
Bye,
so much.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.